When it comes to PvZ2 modding, you can escape Reflourished. Even though it came quite late to the party compared to mods like Outverse and Eccles, Reflourished completely stole the spotlight as the go-to casual mod that continues the game while still feeling classic. In fact, Reflourished was the first ever mod I played, and I don't really like it. Before you start throwing tomatoes at me, let me explain. It's not because I think it's poorly made, far from it actually. I just think it's held back by a few design choices that people barely talk about. And hey, if you disagree with me, that's perfectly fine. In fact, I encourage you to drop a comment below on what you disagree with. I'll surely respond. Just one quick disclaimer before starting. I'll start with the smaller nitpicks first, before getting into the things that I think actually hurt the mod. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. Reflourished also reworks a ton of plants from vanilla PvZ2, and while some of them felt actually well deserved and transformed some hot garbage plants into something actually usable, some of them felt completely unnecessary and made some plants utterly worse. I think one of the worst offenders is Wintermelon, that now costs a whopping 650 sun. Wasn't 500 a massive investment already? Even with stat tweaks, a 650 sun tag completely breaks the flow of standard levels, forcing you to spam Sunshroom to break even. If it's not broke, then don't fix it. For their credit, the development team does indeed listen to complaints. Some plants that kind of missed the mark, like Snapdragon that used to cost 200 sun, has been reverted in the recent updates back to 150, like it used to be in vanilla PvZ2. This kind of responsiveness is awesome to see from a modding team, but when the misses happen, they really do disrupt the gameplay loop. This specific topic is more of a personal bias I have than an actual flaw in the game. In the mod, they changed how the Zen Garden works in the game, and I don't really like it. Now, instead of boosting the plants and giving it plant food guaranteed for when you plant it, it instead gives something else entirely depending on the plant, and that kind of sucks in my opinion. I would pick a guaranteed plant food any day of the week instead of a faster recharge or faster fire rate. But again, this is kind of personal bias I have with this mod Zen Garden. It just doesn't have the "oh, I gotta save this for later" feeling that the vanilla Zen Garden has, and that kind of kills the fun of potting plants on it for me. That's where the design philosophy starts to fracture. Reflourished pitches itself as the welcoming, casual alternative, the antidote to mods like Shadow and other Kaizo mods. But then you reach the later world expansions, specifically Jurassic Marsh and Modern Day. Oh boy, these expansions are absolutely hell on earth. When I started playing Reflourished, I played it from scratch, meaning that I didn't skip the main things like Modern Day, to the last Modern Day level before the expansions. So I did everything from scratch, and my strategy was, okay, so I do the worlds and then I go for the expansions. I will go right for it. So I did like Ancient Egypt, Pirate Seas and Wild West, and then absolutely give up on this idea because these expansions, man, they're crazy. Okay, I made it the conventional way. I beat first the normal levels and then went for the expansions without I skipped the expansions, but like I did the way the mod wants you to do it, that is doing the PvZ2 vanilla content first and then go to the Reflourished content. That's what we did. But even when I came prepared for the levels again, hitting a brick wall like this feels jarring. Is it skill issue? Maybe a bit, but when a mod built its identity on being the casual continuation of PvZ2, running into these difficulty spikes like the way they did is out of place to say the least. This is probably my heaviest concern, and it's one I've been thinking about for a while. Reflourished plays it too safe. The mod relies heavily on recycled content. Now, I know making custom worlds take a lot of work and time, but Reflourished is the biggest name on PvZ2 modding, backed by a massive team with an enormous community, and honestly, I expected more ambition from them. Caligula's Carnival is their truly only original world, and saying that is a bit of a stretch, because Caligula's Carnival builds itself on the framework of Backyard Big Top. With that said, it's a great world, and the car mechanic is really fun, but take a look at everything else. Holiday mashups, sim ages, hypothermic hollows, a solar space, fertile forest, and recently announced Rome. All of them merges supported concepts of vanilla and Chinese PvZ too. It feels like every new world and epic realm follows the new Super Mario Bros. Playbook. They take a bunch of pre-existing assets, toss it in a microwave, tweak some plants, and call it a day, leaving us waiting a whole year just for part 2. Even the plant roster reflects this. Reflourished only has a handful of actually original plants. And it really depends on how you count them, because one is pulled from the alpha build of PvZ3 and one is from Heroes. Aside from those, nearly everything else is pulled from Chinese PvZ2 or free-to-use assets made by Newspaper Zombie. And that makes me genuinely sad. The mod holds itself back because it refuses to leave its comfort zone, and it's not going to change if we don't talk about it. Look at Outverse for comparison. They made a 100% original world, Crimson Front, and it is an absolute triumph. The broad amount of effort put into these levels made the wave entirely worth it. And I know both mods have different priorities, and I'm not saying that Reflourished should become Outburst. I'm just saying that worlds with original ideas are possible, and I would love to see Reflourished aiming for that level of originality too. Reflourished is a brilliantly polished experience, but it's coasting on borrowed brilliance. That's why I wanted to start this conversation in the first place. Reflourished has laid the groundwork for modern PvZ2 modding, but safety is the enemy of innovation. Imagine Reflourished 5 years from now. Would you rather it stays on its current direction and holds itself back, or would you rather see it taking more risks and betting on fully original worlds? That's the future I would love to discuss. See ya!